The PySystem connector utilizes a relay technology, introducing a double hop between the connector and the destination Pi server, with configuration of the connector being completed on the data collection manager. The PySystem connector is often installed in the domain with your data source, with data securely sending to a relay in a DMZ using certificates. Windows Integrated Security is then used to forward this data to a destination Pi server in a third domain. This double hop setup using both certificates and Windows Integrated Security keeps your process control network secure from your corporate network, and installation and configuration videos for the PySystem connector will guide you through setting this up. But putting security and architecture aside, what type of data does the PySystem connector send to the destination? Connectors in general should be thought of as connecting to a data source and sending to a destination Pi server. Some connectors will also include the relay technology. In the case of the PySystem connector specifically, the data source should be thought of as a single AF database in an AF server. In our case, the refining database. It's possible to bring in the entire AF database or just a certain leg of the database. But if you want to move event frames from your source to destination, you'll need to select the entire database. Let's take a closer look at one of our pumps at the Alabama refinery. We have two static attributes as well as two Pi tags, each updating about every 10 seconds. The two PyPoint data references are configured to point to Pi tags on our East Coast Pi data archive. If we take a look at one of the pumps from our California refinery, you can see the same attributes, but they're referencing our West Pi data archive. So while the connector data source is one AF database, that database can reference multiple Pi data archives and send all of that data to the destination. We also have event frames being created in our source AF database, and those will also be sent to our destination Pi server. In addition to this setup, you can specify one additional Pi data archive to bring over any additional tags you may need that are not referenced in your AF database. In our case, we have a third pump in Alabama with tags gathering data, but not referenced in our AF hierarchy. We will include all tags from the East Pi data archive to send these to the destination. So while our data source for the Pi connector is one AF database, this includes our metadata as attributes, Pi tags for multiple Pi data archives, and even event frames. Let's take a look at the resulting structure created on our destination Pi server. The AF hierarchy has been replicated into a selected AF database on the destination AF server. Attributes have been copied over with associated metadata and PyPoint data references. These PyPoint data references are pointing to the Pi data archive, which is also here on the destination. In our case, during the configuration, we chose to prefix these tags with both a connector-specific prefix and a source Pi data archive-specific prefix to prevent any conflicts with tag names. And these tags will be updated with archived data from the source data archives. And finally, event frames being generated on the source AF server are being transferred to the destination AF server. We've shown you an example of a specific AF database being replicated using the PySystem connector. But in addition to elements, attributes, Pi tags, and event frames, the PySystem connector does replicate additional items as shown here. There are a few notable exceptions for items that are not transferred, those being analyses, notifications, and linked tables and their associated table connections. Please see the documentation for additional details on the initial replication process, in addition to what future changes on your source server are transferred to the destination in the process known as discovery. If you're ready to get started using the PySystem connector, please check out the install and configuration videos for the PySystem connector, the relay, and the data collection manager.